Hello everyone. Today we are going to understand one of the most important concept in the Power Query, which is the data type. As you all know that for working in the Power Query, your columns should be assigned with the correct data type. Otherwise, your calculations are not going to perform correctly. So right now, I am presenting in front of you a data table where the data type is not yet assigned. So if I will have to manually assign the data type using the Power Query user interface, what we have to do, we can select all the columns for which I want to apply the data type, and then I can go to transform, and there is a detect data type is there, and a new step will get created with the change data type. But the problem with this step is that it will hard code your column names. And tomorrow, if a new column is coming, or if an existing column is coming with a updated name, then this query is going to break. However, let us understand what Power Query has written for applying the change data type on each and every column. So I am just copying this particular Power Query function and pasting into the notepad. Now, if we try to understand what Power Query is trying to do, it is trying to transform the data types on this table. The table name is source, and then it is creating a list structure where each and every column name is coming, and then respective data type is there. So if we have to dynamically identify the data type of the columns of a particular table, we have to just create this list of lists, and we have to plug this particular solution into this particular Power Query function, and then our solution will be dynamically identifying the data type of all the columns of that particular table. So if now let me show you that how Power Query is trying to apply the data type. So I'm just canceling this particular step, and I'm creating a new step here. So table.transform column types is the Power Query function. Using this, we are able to identify the data type of a particular column of a table. So my table name is source, and then it is asking, give me the data type transformation, but you have to give me in a list structure. So here I am creating a list of list where I will have to first give my column name, which is date, and then I will have to tell the data type. The data type for date column is date. And if I come outside, I think some mistake has happened. Let me see. Okay, source here, source I have not given properly. So now I have got my table in which the date column has the date data type applied. Similarly, if I will have to apply the data type to the second column, which is the sales rep, I will have to again create another list, and inside that list, I will have to give the column name as sales rep, and I will have to tell the data type as text. And now my data type is applied. So that means inside this particular Power Query function, after giving the table name, I will have to create a list of list structure. So let me show you how we can automate this kind of requirement using M code. So I have duplicated this particular query and renamed it as data type using M code. And what I'm going to do for creating that particular list of list structure, I first of all I need to have all the column names, and the Power Query function for having all the column names is table.column names, where I will give my table name, and I will have a list where all column names of that particular table is extracted in a list structure. I have renamed this particular list as column name all list. Now, for identifying the data type of this particular table, I need to go into each and every column and see the value appearing in each and every column, and then identify the data type using value.type. Your table size may be very big. So for that purpose, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a one row table. Table dot first, and using this function, I can convert my complete table into a one row table. Let me rename this particular step as one row table. And now in the next step, what I will do, I will go to each and every column of this particular table and then identify the data type. For that, for going into each and every column, the Power Query function is table.column, table.transform columns. So I am trying to transform the columns of which table? One row table. And what transformations I want to do? I want to go into each and every column and then go inside that column values and then identify the data type. So if I will have to manually do it, then I've already shown you that I will have to give into a list of list structure the column name, and then the values I will have to wrap it under value.type. So now for that I will have to create a list structure because it is asking me give me the transformation operations as a list. So for that what I will do, I will create a list of list structure. And for transforming or creating any list, the Power Query function is list.transform. It is asking give me the list, and my list is the column name all list which I have already created in the previous step. And then this particular list is just giving me the column names, and if I write each underscore what transformation I want to do, and this underscore will give me exactly the same column names. But as we have already seen, my column names has to be wrapped under a list of list structure. So I am wrapping up this underscore into a curly braces so that I get a list of list structure. But I need to go inside the each and every column and then extract the value. So for that, I will have to go again write each underscore. So the first underscore is giving me the column name, and second underscore is giving me the values present in this but each and every column. And now from there, what I can do, I can just type value.type and wrap this underscore under parenthesis, and what I will get is the data type for each and every column. If you see, the date column is having date, time, sales rep is having text, customer is having text, so on and so forth. But I don't need a table. What I needed is a list of list structure. So for that, what I will do, I will rename this particular step as one row table with data type, and I will demote this particular table.demote headers, and now okay. So now what I'm getting is a one row table with the column name and the data type. But still I don't need a table. What I need is a list of list structure. And for converting the list of list, we have a Power Query function which is table dot to columns. So that each and every column will get converted into a list of list structure. And now I got the column name and its data type, the column name and its data type, so on and so forth. So it is column name with data type list. And now I can easily use that particular function table.transform column types, which is asking me give me your table. My table is source, and it is asking give me the data type transformation, but it in a list of this structure which is column name with data type list. And now in each and every column the data type is applied. So this way we can automate our solution where the data type for each and every column can be applied automatically using M code. Thanks for watching.